now. I believe you can see can you see my screen? Just give me a thumbs up if you can see my screen. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. And welcome to the Amdari info session, right? It is going to be an exciting evening. I promise you that. And thank you so much for joining. Again, you would have no reason to regret sparing 1 hour, 30 minutes of your time to be here with us today. Okay, because this session is going to be as much informative as it would be practically, right? Because I'll be showing you things, right, on this session. So we'll be focusing on how you can build a tech portfolio that gets you hired. What are those things that you most likely are not doing yet that you can start doing to improve the health of your portfolio? Everything surrounding the quality of your portfolio, to the number of projects you should have on your portfolio, to the type of projects you should have on your portfolio, and the key elements that your portfolio should have, right? So I'm super excited to be here, and you get to know me few minutes into the session, but I would love to get to know you first, right? I can see everybody's name on the screen, on the cards attached to your, to you. But I would love to know one or two things about you. If you have already gained a tech skill, but you are yet to get a job, just indicate by typing the tech role, right? I mean, you've gained the tech skill already, so you can just say data analyst, yet to get a job, data scientist, yet to get a job, something like that. And yeah, or let's do this, data scientist, then tell me your location. Let's do that. Let's talk about the job aspects, later, but let's focus on the location and what you currently do. So where are you joining from, and what tech skill have you learned so far? Have you taken a course in data analytics? Have you taken a course in data science? Okay, awesome. Have you taken a course in data engineering, cybersecurity, project management, or even, you can see on my screen that I have a couple of career paths listed. So I see people are already typing. Let's see where everybody's joining from. So we have Ayodele joining from UK, and he is a data engineer. We have Kashmir, business analyst, UK. Chioma, virtual assistant, yet to get a job, UK. Ruth, data analyst, UK. Mohammed, data scientist. Okay, data science undergrad, UK. Cybersecurity for 2%, UK. Project management for OG, UK. Jerome, cybersecurity, Middlesbrough. Christiana, data analyst, UK. Moses, data analyst, UK. Amazing. I'm super excited to have every one of you on this call. Since everybody's joining from the UK, we don't have anybody from the US, Canada, Nigeria, and all that. If you're joining from anywhere apart from UK, you can also indicate. But it's so exciting to know that we have a lot of people joining from the same location. And like I said, I'm excited to have every one of you on this call. And let's get straight into the session. Okay, we have Bridget, project management, UK. Olufemi, data analyst, UK. Wisdom, you didn't indicate your career path though, but yeah, that's fine. So for everyone on this call, I believe you've all gained the skill, right? You're already indicating the career path in tech that you have gained a skill in. So one thing I would love to know, right, is have you been able to get a job after taking this course? Can you give me a thumbs up if you've gotten a job as a data analyst, data scientist, or any of the career paths you've listed? If you've been able to get a job in that, give me a thumbs up. If it's a no, give me a thumbs down. Thank you. Okay, Christiana, thumbs down. Ayodele, thumbs down. Pretty much everybody thumbs down. All right, I can't keep up with the names as they are all popping on my screen, but everybody is yet to get a job in the career paths they have listed, but yet they have taken the course. Now, this is the category of people that Amdari is here for. And the problem that we have all seen, and I believe you all will be familiar with, is the fact that when you try to get this job, one thing they tell you, because I believe you all have been applying to jobs. One thing they will tell you is, we need you to have UK experience working in this career path. We need you to have experience working with this tool or tool. Have you worked in a commercial setting before? Have you worked in a team before? Please, if this is the famous thing you hear when you try to get a job, give me a thumbs down. But if that's not the case, you can give me a thumbs up. If this is what you hear, give me a thumbs up. They tell you, oh, you need UK experience, UK work experience. You need experience working with these two. Have you worked in an actual business setting before? Let's see what your portfolio looks like. Do you have real and actual projects on it? Things like this. This is what you hear every time. And this is one of the things that can actually, prevent us from getting a job in tech. Now, that is where Amdari comes in. You see that UK work experience that they keep saying, oh, we need someone who has, worked in a UK firm before as maybe a project manager, data analyst. That's what Amdari helps you with. Amdari helps you gain that actual work experience that recruiters are in dire need of, right? This actual experience that recruiters keep going on and on about, oh, UK experience, work experience, even if it's your undergrad work placement, all of that. This is the problem that Amdari is solving. We help you gain actual work experience by working with our business partners in the UK, Ireland, or US, or even Canada. In the career paths that I have listed on my screen: data analytics, data science, data engineering, business analysis, project management, cybersecurity, whether under the specialization of SOC or GRC or ethical hacking. We help you gain actual work experience, commercial work experience in these fields, right? No simulation, nothing at all. And you would understand how that is properly delivered. But let's get straight into why we are here today. First, who are the people who put together this great platform, right? We have Ifemena Ikwo. He has worked across the tech ecosystem as a data professional in data analytics, data science, and data engineering. And he has worked with organizations in the UK, US, and Canada. And you can see that he has worked as a data science contractor, business data support lead with a company in the UK. He has also worked with TISA UK as data analytics manager. He has worked with Teleflex Ireland as global business systems analyst. And he has also worked with DPD in Ireland as a business intelligence consultant. I mean, he has a wealth of knowledge working across different industries as a data professional, and they span from fintech to logistics and supply chain to health tech, edutech, and FMCG, right? And even health and medical technology. And he's currently based in Canada, Alberta, and he has been able to help over 800, or rather, sorry, that's like he has been able to help over 8,000 people land their first job in tech. So he's very familiar with the problem. He's someone who also had to go the route of internship before he could secure his first job in tech. And we have Adeza Suleiman, also the co-founder of Amdari, just like Ifemena, and also the co-founder of Tenalytics, just like Ifemena. Adeza has worked across different fields in the data ecosystem as well, from data analytics to management and consulting, and he is currently based in Canada, Alberta as well. He has worked as a data science consultant in the UK and US. He's also a data analyst. He worked as a data analyst with Sahara Group, and he was also a data analytics consultant with FITs. And he has worked in industries like sports, financial services, edtech, energy, and automobile sector. And he's been able to also help over 2,000 professionals land their first job in tech. So again, the problem he is super familiar with, and helping people transition from non-technical background or non-technology background to technology role is one of the things that he has been able to achieve in the past 10 plus years. And then we have me. I currently work as the CTO and COO of Amdari. I am a business and tech executive, and my experience spans from software engineering to marketing, product management or project management, and also tech entrepreneurship. I have worked across different industries like edtech, film tech, and also marketing. All right. And I'm very passionate about anything that has to do with helping, anything that has to do with human capital development, helping people transition from non-tech background to tech roles. And I am very familiar with the problem myself, because to land my first job in tech, I went the route of internship. Okay. So this problem we are familiar with. How did we space? How did we get the jobs? Our first job? We'll talk about that as well. So this session is packed. It is not going to be a waste of your time. It is going to be enlightening, educating, and I suggest you jot things down. But even if you forget to jot things down, maybe your pen is not close by or you don't have a notepad very close to you, this session will be recorded, and this session slide would be shared with you as well. And in order for you to have access to this, I would advise and suggest that you go ahead and fill the attendance form that my colleague is dropping in the chat so that we can send you the recording of this session and also send you the slides to this session. And we'll be covering quite a number of things, and in about an hour, 30 minutes, we should be good to go, and we should have gotten so much value from the session. And there is also a very big webinar only bonus that I would love to give to you today, only if you stay till the end, because I mean, how do you get to claim the bonus if you don't know what the bonus is about, right? So let's get straight into it, and let's talk about the major subject of today: portfolio. Why is it important? What's the big deal about portfolio? I know we all have an idea, but this session is just to break things down further and help you see beyond common knowledge the things that you most likely are not paying attention to, maybe blind spots, or probably you're not even exposed to that information yet. So that's what this session is about. You can still clearly hear me. Please give me a thumbs up before I proceed. You can hear me clearly. I am super audible. I am not breaking. Give me a thumbs up. Okay, thank you, Abraham, Uche. Thank you. Now, your portfolio is not just meant to be your digital resume. It's not something you should take as though, oh, it's another resume. I'm just supposed to list things and all of that. It's not just meant for listing. It's not a digital resume. It is actually proof of work, a glimpse into how you think, and clarity of how you think as well. And recruiters don't just want you to show off, oh, this is what I know how to do, but how you actually did it. So it's just what represents you clearly, like in clear terms, before they get to meet you in person, right? So the reason why this is super important, why there's so much rave about it, why recruiters pay so much attention to it, is what I would love us to take a look at. But before we do all of that, I love to do something, and I would love for us to put ourselves in the shoes of these recruiters. If you were to hire someone, let's say you're starting a company today, it's probably in the fintech space. Let's just use any industry as an example. It's in fintech, you're starting your company, and you need to hire people. Now, you want to hire, let's say, a project manager, right? Now, the project managers or people who have been applying, you have, amongst people who have been applying, you have that person who just has a list of qualifications that he has taken: PMP, PMI, every qualification you can think of, but you can't see an actual project or an actual proof of project. But, oh, he has taken courses. But then you have this other candidate who has shown you the different IT-related projects he has led, right? How they were able to arrive from, or rather go from ideation up until the launch of that product, go to market stage. He was able to show you with the list of projects he has worked on in his portfolio. Now, who would you go for? I would really love us to not be biased and be very sincere. You need this person to join your company. Are you going with A or going with B? A for the person with qualifications, PMP, PMI, every PM related certification there is, even courses online, boot camps and everything. But there is this other person, B, who has actually worked on actual projects. You can see how he took a project from ideation stage up until go live, meaning they ideated maybe a web product or a web project, right? And he shows you or explains how they were able to go from this point to this point, engaging this team member, product designers, business analysts, stakeholders. He was able to communicate this. You can see it. You would go for B, according to Oge, according to Chairman. Who else is agreeing with them? Who else thinks A is the person they'll go for? Now, that's one thing that we need to always consider. Put yourselves in the shoes of these recruiters. It is not that they do not want to hire you. In fact, we hire a lot at Amdari, and I'm always part of the hiring team. One thing I can tell you for a fact is hiring is tiring. That's a nice rhyme there. So hiring is very, very tiring. And we always hope that from the get-go, we find somebody that we are looking for without having to wait weeks before we find this person. So if that's what we already have in mind, to just start the hiring process and within a week, find the person, find our right guy, right? Find the right person for the job. You don't think we would want to just waste everybody's time, right? But a lot of candidates come in either unprepared, not being strategic, not having real world projects in their portfolio, or not even having a portfolio at all. So we can't really tell the scope of your knowledge or the scope of what you know, or if you've actually worked on real projects. So some of these people would either lose out on even getting called for an interview at all, right? So how do you make sure that you are not that person that is ignored, right? So that's why it is very Jefferson, it is not about having certification. I would love you to stay with us till the very end. That's exactly what we are talking about. It's not about having certification, it's about making sure that you have gained the skill and taking the course. Except you've not taken the course, Jefferson, then yes, I would say the session is not for you, but I'll still suggest you stay because you never can tell what you would gain and apply when you eventually take the course, right? But mainly this session is for people who want to get their first jobs in tech. They have taken a course, they have gone through trainings, boot camps, watched online courses on Coursera, and they want to just land their first job in tech because they've been trying to get a job but getting news, right? So this is who the session is for. Now, according to recent stats, right, over 60% of hiring managers now value portfolios more than traditional resume. And this is because of the fact that I just mentioned. It is proof that you have done something and they are already picturing you doing the same thing for their company. Imagine me interviewing somebody or me seeing the portfolio of a prospective employee for my company, and I can already see things he did in maybe during an internship or while working on a project, everything properly documented in his portfolio. I would already start envisioning how he would bring this knowledge and this skill to the table for me. Now, I haven't communicated to this, I haven't communicated with this person, but I can see everything he has done. And I'm already at that headspace where I'm like, okay, imagine, yeah, I think this person is perfect. I'm already imagining the person in the role. I would want to meet this person. That is why your portfolio needs to showcase your skill effectively. Your resume alone will not do that. You listing certifications will not do that. Everybody, anybody can have a certification. But how you properly communicate the scope of your knowledge, the skills you have, and how you've applied it is where your portfolio and properly putting it together comes into the picture. Now, why does a portfolio matter in tech recruitment? First, your resume will say that you know how to do this, but your portfolio will show that you can do it. So it is you going for showing over telling. You want to show and not tell. You want to prove and not say, right? And this is what your portfolio helps you do. So you can go ahead and say, oh, I know how to use Python, you're a data scientist. Oh, I know how to use SQL, you're a data analyst. Oh, I know how to use Splunk if you're a cybersecurity professional, right? And you can say all of that, and anybody can say that. But actual proof that you can do it is what you document in your portfolio. This is why it is important. Like I said, it helps the recruiter to already start seeing how you will bring that value that you have displayed on your portfolio to the organization. Now, hiring managers don't just hire skills. They hire stories, growth, and grit. And your portfolio is the only way you can tell them that before anything else. Now, before anything else, meaning they don't know you. They are meeting you for the first time. And first point of contact in most cases is just what you submit in form of resume and portfolio. Now, if this resume and portfolio does not communicate your scope of knowledge well, or does not represent you properly, or showcase what you can do and achieve, then you will be shooting yourself in the foot because they might not call you for an interview. Again, they do not know you. So you want them to meet you before actually meeting you. Now, when you submit your portfolio, and to a very large extent, it tells them a story, then you most likely will get that call for an interview. How does it tell a story? It is from what you have done. And I would explain how you will tell the story. But please stay with me because that's how you can get the most from this session. How you tell the story from your portfolio, we'll get to that. But your portfolio is majorly what tells the story. And it shows growth because bear in mind that your first project would not always be your best. Your best project is your second. And a better one is even your third, better than the last one you did. And that's how you keep growing. And the great side is the fact that you don't stop, right? You keep growing. Them seeing how updated and how well maintained your portfolio is how they get to tell that you are very passionate about this field. You are very, very intentional about your growth, right? So it shows your tenacity, it shows your grit. That is what your portfolio communicates. It is not just you listing what you've done, right? It's beyond words. It's about perception and it's about representation when you are not in the room. Then hiring managers don't want to train from the scratch. That is why they need you to show them from your portfolio that you are that person that would join their team today and hit the ground running. I made an instance when I was talking. I said, put yourself in the shoes of the recruiter, right? You want to hire somebody for your startup. You are not a cybersecurity professional. Let's say you are a data analyst. You are starting a company because you have an idea and you need a project manager. You need a cybersecurity professional. These are the people you need on your team. Bear in mind that you are a data analyst. You are not a project manager. You are a data analyst. You are a data analyst, not a cybersecurity analyst. So you will not be able to do their job. So for you to say you need a PM, you need a cybersecurity analyst means you need somebody that will join your team today without needing you to train them because you can't train them. And you getting somebody to train them means you have to pay, right? That's going to be costing you. And you're a startup. You want to bootstrap as much as possible, meaning you need people that come in and hit the ground running. If possible, you start generating some form of value, revenue, or return on investment just by virtue of bringing them into the picture. But if you have to train this person from the scratch, that means you will not be achieving, that means you would not be getting return on your investment anytime soon. No startup wants to start doing that, right? Everybody wants to start generating revenue, getting return on investment from the get-go, right? So if I am hiring you to come in as a cybersecurity professional, means I believe you can do your job. I believe you're an expert in your field. So this is one of the reasons why your portfolio needs to tell me that you are that person. If your portfolio is not saying that, I would pass and move on to somebody that can tell me and show me that they are ready to hit the ground running from day one. Again, the reason why recruiters don't want you to come on board if you've not gained experience and it's not well represented from your portfolio, even up until when they interview you, is because they can't do your job in most cases. So they need to be sure that you can do the job and they don't need to micromanage you and they don't need to get an external person to come train you. So yeah, this is one of the reasons, right? Another major reason is it's a direct way to show potential employers that you can bring value to the table. And this is the type of value that you can bring. Again, your portfolio communicates that, but when it doesn't do that, what do you do? We'll get to that. One thing about Amdari info session is we don't point out the problem. We address we talk about the solution and how you can solve that problem, and we will get to that. But I just want you to understand why this is important, right? Your portfolio really, really helps you achieve a lot, right? It shows how you've evolved, it shows your journey, it shows a lot. Now, how do you create a killer portfolio? You have to build with intent. You have to be very intentional. You have to be very aggressive with your approach, right? Now, let's take a look at the different platforms. First, for you to build a killer portfolio, you have to be strategic. Being strategic means understanding the different platforms that we have out there that can host your portfolio for you. And the fact that not every project or not every career path fits into using a particular type of portfolio platform. Now, we have different platforms that you can use to post or house your portfolio. We have GitHub, the very famous one. We have Amdari portfolio. I will show you how to take advantage of that. We have Notion. We have people who use Securely You, and I'll break down the people. We have Webflow, Framer, and Wix. We have Medium and Substack, and then we have LinkedIn. Now, GitHub, data scientists, data engineers, data analysts, cybersecurity analysts, and even business analysts can use GitHub for their portfolio. And what you can even add here, things like your README, your version control, your code can be there for version control purposes, right? You can even, under that README, you can put like a pitch deck or tell a story of the problem you're solving. I'll show us an actual example of this in real time, okay? Then we have the no code, we have the, just a minute, we have the Amdari platform as well. This is where, you can, this is perfect for interns or career switchers. You need a personal portfolio website. I'll show you this, like I said. And then it is perfect because you don't need to code to build this personal website. You don't need to write a single line of code. You don't need to maintain or pay for maintenance. The level of maintaining you need from your end is updating and updating, not for you to pay for maintenance or anything like that. A proper personal portfolio. It has a very clean interface, and instant credibility is one thing that it adds for you. I'll show you that in actual sense. Now we have the Securely You. It is perfect for the SOC analysts, GRC professionals, pen testers, everything cybersecurity. Perfect for them. It's like your personal brand board as a cybersecurity professional. Then we have Webflow, Framer, Wix, and then this is perfect for PMs and business analysts. It offers a wide range of templates for you to customize your website. It's just like drag and drop, just like WordPress. You drag and drop and set up your personal website, right? So then we have Medium and Substack. This one is actually for thought leadership and for you to just write and document things that you have worked on, right? And it is perfect because others can get to read about it. You can share the link and all that. So we have LinkedIn as well. It is for everybody, everyone at all. And you get to pin your top 3 projects there. You get to talk about things, thought leadership and everything. Even narrate how you came about solving a problem, journey, experience, lessons learned, and all of that. So one thing, like I said, is that not all projects or portfolio projects belong to GitHub. So you need to identify the one that's perfect for you and your field, and make sure that it is something you can easily share. And here's a secret sauce. You need to curate your project like a museum. Your portfolio needs to be dear to your heart. And what you put on there has to be quality. Every project on your portfolio has to slap. And you don't need to have 20, 30, 50. Even if it's 10 projects that you have there, ensure that they are updated, most recent. I will talk about how you can keep maintaining your projects, right? But you don't need to have a lot of projects. It's not about quantity or quality, because you want to stand out, right? Now, your project has to be diversified, right? Because this is how you show readiness. One thing we need to understand is that when it comes to being strategic about getting a job, it is psychological, because the message you are passing to a recruiter is beyond what words can convey. Now, you think putting together a portfolio is just listing projects you've worked on. But like I said earlier, you are communicating so much more. And depending on how intentional and strategic you are, that's how much you can communicate. Now, imagine you are always updating your portfolio. Imagine you have quality projects on your portfolio. Imagine that your tools and tech stack and everything is tools that are very much, not just in demand, but trending in the space. It's something that recruiters are consistently hiring for. One thing this communicates to them is growth, because from your project, like I said, they would see progression. It communicates grit and intentionality and passion for your field, right? So these are ways that You just putting together a portfolio can be very, very psychological because you're communicating so much more. Now, when you diversify your project, you communicate a lot of things without words. Now, personal projects communicate passion and initiative. One thing you need to bear in mind is recruiters want to see you take initiative. They know that bringing somebody like you on board after seeing the types of projects you've worked on a personal level without being told by anybody, it tells them, okay, if this person comes on board, not only will he be able, or her or she be able to work independently, but they would be able to take initiative. They will be able to make suggestions and recommendations because they have that personal drive, right? And they have self-motivation. Client work, what this tells the recruiter is that you have a knowledge of working in either a business setting and you understand stakeholder management because you worked for somebody, you reported to somebody. This is what communicates. Then you move on to volunteer projects. What this communicates is purpose and adaptability. For you to volunteer, it means you are maybe you are passionate about that particular subject or area that the volunteer is all about. So if you're volunteering for an NGO that is centered around, let's say, maternity conversation, right? Or women and their health, or kids and their health and everything like that, that would show how much passion you have for that space, right? And the fact that you went to the extent of volunteering to do something in that field. Again, it communicates beyond words. Now we go to internship projects. This clearly communicates work experience and team collaboration because with internship comes commercial experience. With internship comes actual work experience, right? And with internship comes you being able to work with people in a team. Then we have hackathon. Hackathon project helps show your competitive side and exposure, right? It communicates so much. Shows that you push yourself, because take someone who pushes themselves to say, okay, I'll put myself on the spot and be in the midst of these people, right? And show off my skill, compete with people who are as good or even better, and see where, and see the level of my skill set in comparison to others. And you putting yourself out there like that means you're exposing yourself to different levels of skills that other people have. And trust me, for you to be that competitive and take that in such means if you see that some people are way advanced than you, one thing it would naturally do to you is it will tell you that there's still so much work you can do on yourself. This is what this communicates to recruiters. Then we have the projects that you have most likely replicated. Maybe somebody you know or admire or a mentor has worked on it. You see it online, or it can even be a publicly available data. You pick it up, use it to work. What this communicates is learning and benchmarking. You are comparing what you've done with what that person has. And I would show you this in practical sense. Okay. Now, with a diverse portfolio, you get like over 60% attention from hiring managers. So like I said, beyond words, a diverse portfolio says so much about you. Remember what we are currently talking about, how you can build a killer portfolio. And that's one of the ways, right? In case you've forgotten, I talked about you having quality over quantity, right? And you being very intentional, because the types of projects that you have communicate so much more than words, right? So when it is diverse, it communicates different things, and you want to be strategic and you want to be intentional as well. Then you need to stop listing projects. I mentioned this at the start of this session. When you list, it's just not going to be strategic enough. It's not going to be you communicating things properly. And briefly, while I was talking earlier, I talked about how you can tell a story and not just list, right? Now, how do you properly communicate? How do you tell a proper story when you put together your portfolio? You need to understand how to use the build framework. Now, using the build framework helps you approach your project in the line of quality over quantity, and it lets you build a solid project and How you can do this is understand that build stands, it is majorly an acronym, right? And the B there is for background. What inspired this project? Was it a challenge at work, or maybe something you saw, a publicly available data, right? Or a curiosity? Remember what we said about self-motivation and taking initiative, right? Or was it just something, a random meme that just sparked that interest and you're like, okay, I can build something around this. Again, this is communicating the side of you that takes initiative. So whatever inspired this project, talk about it. That's the background. Then you move on to building around understanding, right? What problem did it solve? Help the reader understand this, right? Why does it matter? Why should we care? Help the reader understand this. Then you move on to implementation. How did you implement it? What was the tech stack that you used? How recent is it, right? Because when we see the tech stack, we understand that your knowledge base is up to date. Then what was the workflow you adopted? How long did it take you, right? And just paint a perfect picture. Then we move on to the lessons that you learned while working on this project. So things like what surprised you, right? What did you discover? What was the thing that failed about this project? Talk to us about it. It would also show a lot. Again, communicating beyond just words, right? And then the last one, which is data and deliverables, show the impact and what exactly this problem, what you solved while working on this project, what problem you solved, right? Were you able to like hit a particular milestone? If it has metrics, please indicate. This would help you tell proper stories. And I will show you how to convey this when working on your CV. Like I said, when working on your portfolio, sorry. Like I said, one thing about our sessions is we don't point out the problem, we talk about how you can solve it. All right. So now, what recruiters actually want to see when you submit your portfolio to them, they want to see problem-solving projects. What are the projects that you worked on? Did you solve a major problem? Was it for an actual business, or was it just a random practice project? Trust me, an actual project will give you a better edge, right? Now, real-world business projects that clearly impact KPI helps you stand out. Because in this case now, you can show how you increased something or reduced something. At the end, the result was positive, right? So if it's increased reporting efficiency by 30%, amazing. If it's increased revenue by certain percentage, amazing. If it is reducing marketing budget, perfect. Then clear roles and contributions and results. What role did you play? Did you use Python and Pandas to clean and analyze 100,000 rows of customer data, identifying a 12% churn risk pattern? Whatever it is you were able to do, clearly communicate it. What was your contribution? What was the outcome, right? Then diverse projects, like I said, is another thing that recruiters want to see because it shows your range, right? And it shows the different industries that you have worked in. So portfolios with diverse project types get 60% more attention from hiring managers, like I initially mentioned. So what your portfolio should include in actual sense now. So beyond what, let's take a look at this. Now, here is a project that showcase, and this is an actual project of somebody, right, from the Amdari work experience internship. And I will show us what this looks like. This is a GitHub, this is a project on GitHub, right? Now, this project clearly shows real world problem that this person tackled and not just tutorials. It also demonstrates his end-to-end thinking from identifying a problem to proposing, implementing a solution. And you can see he listed everything. And this project was worked on just 2 weeks ago. As you can see, sorry, pardon my hand, it's not straight. Okay, it clearly communicates all of this, right? So how do you make sure that you also do the same thing when you work on a particular project? All right, so this is it. As you can see right here on my screen, let me be sure that you can see the screen. Okay, now you can see here under about that this person says This project implements a real-time data pipeline that streams live Reddit data using a Kafka producer, processes it with Apache Spark, and stores the redefined data in MongoDB Atlas. The entire solution is containerized using Docker and Docker Compose for seamless deployment. And you can see it properly displayed here, right? And this is how you communicate value. You see that from the about, he was able to communicate the tools he used and even the workflow, right? And when you click on any of this, you see more into what this person has worked on. This is how we have been able to help data professionals, cybersecurity professionals, data engineers, PM, and business analysts who are taking work experience internship program at Amdari to build a robust project portfolio, because like I said, they are real world projects. And this is a live one from one of our interns at Amdari. And let's proceed, all right? Let's move on to the next slide. So yes, I know I have been talking and talking and talking. Let me confirm that you can still hear me clearly and you are following me closely. Just give me a thumbs up if you are. Mohammed says, GitHub is so confusing to understand. All right, thank you, Toby, Adenika, and everybody indicating that they can hear me clearly and they're following closely. Okay, Mohammed says, GitHub is so confusing to understand. Really need to learn through a course, I think. Mohammed, yes, I think you would need to properly learn how it works, right? You need to learn how it works and understand it clearly. And practice makes perfect. All right, thank you, Ebere David. Practice makes perfect. Now let's move on to another type of project that you need to have on your CV. So we talked about the one that has to do with problem solving, and this is an actual real life scenario, right? That I just showed you from one of our interns. So let's take a look at this other one. This one clearly talks about the clear roles and impact breakdown. Now, I would show us this as well. This is an actual project that is worked on by, this is an actual, what's it called, personal portfolio website, and I will show us what that looks like real quick. Now, we talked about what clear role and impact breakdown means, right? This is where you talk about what you did, what tools you used, and also what was the result, right? You show metrics, exactly what you achieved when you worked on it, all right? So let me share this tab real quick. I talked about the Amdari project platform, the portfolio website, and I mentioned the fact that it is a real tab, right? Which is unique to you. Pardon my network, it's a bit slow. I think that's why it's still loading, but I will show us everything clearly, all right? So now, this is the screenshot of just now, all right? Now, this clearly indicates more about the project. The project name, which is Empowering HR Insights, that's dynamic dashboard analysis for peak performance at Green Tech Innovation. This is another portfolio website you get to build as an intern at Amdari. Now, what is the duration of working on this project? 1 week. What is the level of this project? Beginner. If it's advanced, you add it. If it's intermediate, you add it. What's the industry? The career path, data analytics. Now, what were the tools that were used? You can list them, all of the tools that you used, right? You can attach files if you have more, right? You can add a screenshot of your dashboard, right? And then clear the problem you solved, right? And adding a now this is the overview. Bring innovation despite its impressive 15 years in the industry, yada, yada, yada. And then we see the rationale for the project. We see the aim of the project. And then we see project dashboards for this particular project. And then the data description, right? And then the tech stack. And then the project scope. Imagine sending this to a recruiter. This shows intentionality. This shows the extent you would go to have a perfect portfolio, right? If you agree this is an intentional approach to building a perfect killer portfolio, please give me a thumbs up. If you agree this is perfect, it's what you also need Just give me a thumbs up. Thank you. Toby is always he's always the first person to react. I'm beginning to think that Toby is the only person following closely because he feels he's waiting for me to say the next thing and he just gives a thumbs up. But thank you, everybody following closely. This is an actual website which is personal to you. You don't code to set this up. You don't pay a developer to set this up or maintain it. Just by being an intern at Amdari, you have access to this for free for life, right? That is it. And you can list as many projects. And I will show you the proper portfolio website interface. This is just me showing the inner part, which is your project, right? So let's move on to the next part of the conversation. So now we've seen what the portfolio website looks like. So let's take a look at something else. We've seen how you can clearly communicate roles and what you achieve. Then we come to dashboard. This is an actual dashboard created by one of the interns when they worked on Mayfair Employee Retention Dashboard. This is a data analytics project. The Mayfair here is our business partner that they worked on their actual. Yes, Jerome, I would come to cybersecurity. Don't worry, we're coming to that. Definitely, I'll show you projects under cybersecurity. Now, build a dashboard or report or even a slide, right? Talking about your documentation, the problem you solved, and your recommendation, right? So in this case, since this is for a data analyst, you can see that you can include an interactive dashboard built with Power BI, Tableau, or Looker. And for cybersecurity, you can include sample reports. As you can see here, Jerome, you can include sample reports, risk assessments, SIEM flow, or even response plans, right? You can go about it, document it, use a Google slide or anything like that to properly communicate the value that you have worked on. Now, thought pieces or explanations. While you can do this on Medium or Substack or even LinkedIn, you can also do this from your portfolio that you've created with GitHub. And you can do this with the Amdari portfolio. I showed us the details. I mean, I just showed us everything under that, right? So with the GitHub approach, this is what we have. Now, communicating all of this value, thought pieces and explanation and everything, when I showed us this page, which is the Amdari portfolio website, you can see everything here, right? Everything concerning your explanation is detailed here. If you want to also use GitHub, let's take a look at this one that one of the Amdari interns have worked on, right? So this is it right here. And you can see, again, this one was worked on by another intern. So this is everything regarding this project. And you can see that it goes across different months, different timelines and everything. But let's look at the README aspect. This is a property pipeline, and it is for a real estate company. Zipco Real Estate Agency operates in the fast-paced and competitive real estate world. And it goes on, and you can see their rationale, the aim of the project, the tech stack that was used, Rapid API, Python, and all this. This is the GitHub of one of the Amdari interns, and this is one of the projects that they worked on with our business partner. That's the real estate company Zipco, right? So this is how you get to like communicate so much. And yeah, this is how you communicate using your portfolio to do that, right? And convey all of the thought processes and explanation and how you came about what you have done. Okay, so let's move on. Right now, you've done all of this, you've built your killer portfolio, and it's been a while. You need to bear something in mind. Constant maintenance of your website, of your portfolio, communicates something. It communicates that you are evolving. It communicates the growth side of you. It communicates your grit, your passion for this field, right? And you need to, like I said, you need to bear this in mind, because beyond words, you want to say more. But if you don't update and maintain your portfolio, it just shows one thing and says one thing. I stopped caring, or I stopped growing. And one thing is, if you are still looking to get your first job, your portfolio needs to be a living portfolio. It must not be stale for whatever reason. It has to be a living portfolio, right? And how do you maintain your portfolio? You need to do a monthly review. Make sure that this checklist is held very close to your heart. You need to monthly review your portfolio, right? You need to add new technologies and new frameworks. You need to archive weak projects. One thing about growth is we always laugh at our humble beginning days. It would be very funny to you. I remember the first website I built till this day. Like, I just wonder what was going on in my head. And I still remember the fact that I was so proud of that website because I felt like a magician at that point in time, writing some codes that I feel, let me just say, I don't understand, because I mean, it's not plain English. Yes, you know what you're doing, you know what you're writing, but you're doing it for the first time. And the fact that this that is not even English can turn into something beautiful by the time you run your code was something so fascinating. And it made me feel like a magician. And I'll always say this. But when I remember what I put together and how I just slapped things together, it would always be very, very funny to me. That is one thing about growth. If you grow, and when you grow, you would realize that you have evolved, right? And the more you see how much you're growing, the more you want to make your portfolio look better. Because now, what you did back then is not a perfect representation of who you are right now and what you know. So you want your portfolio to constantly represent who you are in the moment and what you know. And if you don't review your portfolio monthly, how do you make sure that that project you worked on last year, 2 years ago, is, revisited and revamped? Not that you have to delete it, no. Not that you have to archive everything, no. But there are some that you can actually just, update to make it look better, right? And the ones you archive, fine, there are some that you have to archive, right? And then you also have to make sure that you bear in mind what's new. So when you're updating an existing one, right, you are able to look at it not just from a fresh eyes, but also make it updated to reflect your new knowledge, right? And one thing you need to understand about this is when you go in for interviews, let's say you didn't remember or you didn't update everything, you can talk about what you will do differently if you are to build this today. And how would you do that? You can update your portfolio, like I said, or just update your portfolio, right? Because it shows your growth mindset and it shows that you are now at that advanced level and you have some senior level thinking, right? So again, your portfolio should always represent where you are in the now and your knowledge base and what you know, the scope of your knowledge in the present, not what you knew like years ago. I mean, I can't get a job with that website I put in 2019 or rather 2018. I can't get a job with that. Okay, so, but yes. Now, top portfolio building tips for you. We've talked about this again before, but I would just like to reiterate. You need to focus on demonstrating both your technical abilities and your problem-solving prowess through real-world projects. It gives you an edge. It makes you stand out. It shows how far you are. And one thing I always say is, in order to get a job, one thing you want to do any day, anytime, is to do what the 99% of the others are not doing. And not everybody would want to go above and beyond, right? So you need to be that person. You need to push yourself because the tech jobs are there, right? They are there. We are still trying to fill a lot of roles at Amdari. We have different and series of interviews, but there are no, it's either the right hands have not seen it, because interview people, a lot of gap is there. And you wonder, okay, we put out information like this every time. Is it that people don't see it? Is it that people don't pay attention to it or not interested or something? But these are the gaps, right? Now, your portfolio should also highlight your experience with in-demand tools and technology. If you don't constantly update your portfolio, you might have tools that are outdated or not reflecting your current and present knowledge base, like I said. So you need to constantly update it to reflect in-demand tools. Then create a portfolio online presence, a professional online presence using platforms like GitHub and a personal website. GitHub and a personal website like the Amdari website, right, that I just showed us. And I'll show you. It's so easy to even set up. Fill a form, you're good to go. Then make sure to include a mix of personal and collaborative projects. Again, diverse projects helps you stand out, communicates your level of intentionality and how you take initiative. Now, let's take a look at actual projects that we have our interns at Amdari working on, right? Now, this is one project for the GRC cybersecurity professionals. This is one for the pen testers, ethical hacking. We have for SOC analysts as well. I think I didn't include it here. We have the one for data scientists, DS. We have data analyst project, DA. We have for project managers, right? And then we have for the business analysts. And I'll show us quickly, so that I don't take too much of our time. But it is very important for you to also bear something in mind as we are doing all of this, displaying and everything that I want to like quickly show us, right? Okay, I'll show us something else, but let me just quickly display this particular one. So this is the one for the GRC, right? I know Jerome asked that, oh, is there going to be a project for, how about the cybersecurity project? Can we see it and all that? Now look at this GRC project. All right, real quick. I hope I'm sharing the screen. Okay, yes, it's coming up. So let's just hold on for it to come up, and I'll show all the different projects that we have. Okay. I think it's still coming up. Okay, coming up gradually. But kindly exercise patience. Yes, here we are. So this is the cybersecurity project they are currently working on for Horizon Tech Solution, right? Now you can see what the project focus is all about. So align acceptable use policy at policy development at Horizon Tech Solution. The specialization is GRC, and the business focus is policy development. And what you're using here is majorly Word document and the likes. But we'll take a look at the tech stack, right? Now, bear in mind that working on project at Amdari is in progression. So this is one project with one business partner. There's another project with another business partner, and it just goes on and on. And you gain commercial experience with UK companies, like I said, right? Now, this is a software as a service company that provides cloud-based project management tools to global clients and talks about the company, right? And then you can see the business problem right here. Just because I have to show more projects, I won't be able to go into detail. You can see the project scope as well, right? Okay, it's still loading. I want to show us the tech stack, yes. So the business impact is here. So you can see that you are really impacting. Imagine having a quality project like this on your CV, all right? And then when we scroll down, I want to show us the project stack, sorry, the tech stack. But then we have the weeks and everything is properly broken down. And then there is the requirements, and then there is the project's deliverables, and then the conclusion. Okay, I think the tools were not listed in this one. There is always tech stack listed. So you get to work on different tools in the course of your internship, working as GRC specialist or SOC analyst or pen tester, from Wireshark to Splunk to Autopsy and the likes. Now let's take a look at another project. In this case, let's take a look at this data science project. So you can see this data science project is majorly around stock market fundamental analysis, right, with machine learning. Now, you'll be working with Python and Jupyter and Git, and the business focus is financial analysis and forecasting. And we have the business introduction, Prime In, that's the company. We also have the business problem, and we have the project overview. So there is always detail and a brief around every project you'll be working on. You can see the project workflow as well. You can also see the requirements for the project, and this is the tech stack: NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, Seaborn, Scikit-learn for machine learning and everything like that. You also have the one for manipulation, data manipulation. You have the one for performing mathematical operations and everything around that, right? Now let's take a look at another project. Okay. This one is for the pen testers, all right? So let's take a look at this one for the pen testers. doesn't want to come up. This is already filled. Why are you not displaying? Okay, it's coming up now. So we'll also take a look at the one for business analyst and the PMs. Okay. Just a minute. I think it's still reading. Okay. All right, let's come right here. So now this is for the pen testers, and this is for it's an e-commerce platform, and you can see more about the company right here, as you can see. And when you scroll down, you can also see okay, the business problem right here. You can see the project overview. You can see the solution as well. That's the workflow, right? And then yeah, I want to show us the tech stack for this as well. I think it wasn't included or listed. Let me see if it's here at the top. Okay, yes, this is the tech stack, and this is what you're using: Flask, Python, JavaScript. You're also using Google Cloud, Burp Suite, Nmap, and OWASP, right? So these are the tools that you will be using just for this project. Okay, so these are actually the different ways that this internship is helping you to gain as much experience. Let's take a look at this for the data analyst, right? So it's currently loading. Let's put it already taking a look at. So let me be sure that we are still following closely. Okay, yeah, we're still here. Okay, so now this one is for this company, SDOH, and what you're majorly taking a look at is the healthcare data, healthcare disparities. And there is the business introduction, there is the business problem, which is detailed. Health clinic faces the challenge of not having a centralized system. It goes on, and then it goes from data fragmentation, lack of real-time insight, and all of that, geospatial data gap. Then rationale of the project is here, aim of the project, data description, data analytics, and also tech stack, which is Power BI, Power Automate, and Google Sheets. This is what you use for this, and there are resources as well. So this is actually, these are the projects that you get to work on in the course of your internship. So I want to show us the one that project managers and business analysts work on. But it's currently not loading. So, but I know that before the end of this session, I'll show us. But just looking at this part, so the PMs built an AI-powered recruitment platform. This that I'm showing you is actually live, right? The platform is live, and this is the actual website right here. That's the one I'm loading because I want to show you. I want to show you the website. Okay, so it's already live, and I would really do that to like display for us, and I will do that before the end of the session. So they are building an AI recruitment platform for both job seekers and even hiring managers. This is the quality of project that you should have on your CV or in your portfolio that will make these recruiters know that, okay, yes, you've worked and gained commercial experience, you've worked in an actual business setting. And one thing I forgot to mention is most of these projects are cross-functional team projects. You have to work with a team. We have Mayfair, we have one of our business partners, Mayfair. That project has data scientists, data analysts, project managers, business analysts working together. And we have product designers on that project, and also software engineer on that project. So it's a cross-functional team experience. It is very solid. I think that the interns taking their work experience program at Amdari are working on. So now, your portfolio is pretty much your tech brand website, and I've shown you how you can build that using Amdari because it positions you as a practitioner, right? And one thing I would always say is when you're trying to look for a job, apply like a problem solver, apply like a practitioner. When you do that, it shows so much more, right, about your interest in the field, your passion for what you do, right, and the value that you will be bringing to the table. Because again, all of this will just already start helping them to understand the type of the type of value that you will bring to the table. They would already start picturing how you will bring this on board for their team. Now, I have shown you the different projects you should have. I've shown you things you must not miss out and how you should maintain your portfolio, right, in order to stand out. And the fact that doing what the 99% of the other people are not doing is one of your fastest way to getting the job. Now, how do you implement that, statement, doing what 99% of others are not doing? And that's what I'll show you now. Building your job ready portfolio with Amdari, the only platform that guarantees real world work experience, not a simulation. So one thing we believe is in order for you to get a job, you need to have technical skills and experience and also employability skills. And I would explain the technical skills and experience and employability skills real quick. Now, I have already showed us this. I mentioned the fact that this is a project that our interns have worked on, and I'll show us the live site, right? I'll show us the live site. Actually, I think it's loading, but I'll come back to that. So, the people taking advantage of what 99% of what other people are not doing are the people who have been able to start their internship at Amdari, and they have been able to work on a quality project for higher sense. And this is what it looks like, right? And one thing you need to bear in mind, Hi Temitope will be done in like 30 minutes. So please stay to the end of the session. We are pretty much wrapping up. All right. So yes, this is a website that they built. This is an actual website that is currently almost done, right? So how do you take advantage? Now, we have the Amdari Work Experience Internship Program. What this internship program helps you do is beyond just building a portfolio. It's gaining that actual work experience, the commercial experience, working in a business setting for actual businesses as a practitioner, right? Is what you get. Now, this is how it works with Amdari. We have business partners. They present us with their business challenges. And I have shown you the different business partners that we've had from the projects I displayed while I was showing us those quality projects. So we have from Higher Sense to Mayfair to Horizon Tech and the likes, right? With different business challenges that they have assigned to our interns to work on. Now, once they assign these business challenges, every intern has like a team lead. So if you are a data analyst, analytics intern, you would have a seasoned data analyst leading your team, right? And you'll be assigned a task based on the business challenge. You work on this task with your teammates. If it's a cross-functional project, you guys will work together. It will be assigned and you would have daily stand-up. The stand-up can be twice in a week or 3 times in a week, but not every day. It's for you all to catch up on status updates, where you are, when you'll be done, what you're working on, if you have blockers, and to also communicate with your team lead, right? You receive all of these projects in a project briefing with your team lead. In most cases, the stakeholders from the business partner companies or the partner companies of ours are also like in the briefing. You get the briefing, you understand what they want, the business challenge, and you guys come together as a team, work on it. When you are done working on this project, you present it. That's after your team lead has reviewed and given you a feedback, and you are good to go. You present to stakeholders and your teammates and even your team lead. And once it's good to go, you understand that you have been able to impact business. Because bear in mind, you would not present it if it is not approved yet. And approving, can you confirm that you can hear me? Please confirm that you can hear me now. Can you hear me? Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for your patience. Apologies for that break in transmission. So I'll go back to sharing my screen. Okay. The devil is a liar. All right. So yes, as I was saying, right? So we give you this project to work on. Let me quickly do this. Can you see my screen already? Confirm. Okay, I think my screen is off now. Yeah. Amazing. Thank you. Okay. All right. So as I was saying, right? So when your project is approved and reviewed, that is when you move on to present it to the stakeholders. Once you present to the stakeholders, then you're good to go. You can add this project to your portfolio. That's what you see that I displayed to us when I was showing the projects of some of our interns on GitHub. Those projects were presented to the stakeholders and it was approved, right? And then it is good enough, and now they are posting it out there to show what they have been able to do and how they have been able to impact an actual business, right? So once you add it to your portfolio, you also can update your LinkedIn by writing about it, just like we discussed. Now, this is how this internship helps you build your portfolio with real and actual experience. Now, in addition to everything that I said, we also revamp your CV. When we revamp your CV, it carries Amdari as your most recent place of work experience. And your past experience, we do not get rid of it. We also help you revamp it to, reflect the projects that you have worked on in the course of your internship at Amdari. And I will explain how that works. We also give you 2 years international work reference letter. Bear in mind, Amdari is registered in the UK and Canada, even though we are based in Canada, right? But we are registered in the UK as well as Canada. So when you work with us, you would be able to get a UK work experience. So you see what you've been hearing about, oh, we need someone who has worked with a UK company in an actual business setting, in a real commercial setting. You will be getting that at Amdari, all right? And you would also get to use this experience during interviews, talk about it, and the things that you have been able to achieve. I mentioned something. I said I will show us the project that our PMs and business analysts have worked on. And this is the AI recruitment platform. This website will go live and they can post about it on LinkedIn so people can see. And this is it, right? They built this for recruiters to be able to sift through and filter for quality candidates. So instead of, having 500 people apply to jobs and I don't even know if all of them are qualified or not, and maybe out of fatigue, I am only able to review 50 or 100. Maybe the best guy is amongst applied, maybe it's like number 300 and something or 400 and something. I don't get to his number because I'm tired and let's just work with this first 100. You don't have to make such decision. So we built this platform in collaboration, of course, with Higher Sense and our interns, and they've put this together. And we had PMs, BAs, and also product designers and software engineers working on this. So as a product manager now, if they ask you if you have an actual work experience, you won't say no, because now you have an actual project that you built and you worked with an actual team. You had a team that you managed, right? And you also had stakeholders that you reported to. You had sprints, you did your epic, you had user stories. You can talk about this in detail because you lived this reality, right? Imagine an intern that is, an intern that worked on this project and applying to a job, right, with this type of experience. The recruiter will definitely take them on board because you can talk at length about what you have done. So I wanted to show us this. The BAs worked on this, the PMs worked on this, and we have quite other projects that other PMs also worked on, right? So let's go back to the slide. So this is the quality of project. So you work in a team in collaboration. Now, this is how we rebrand you. This experience is a total career rebranding. You work on nothing less than 10 projects in the space of 6 months. That's me telling you that this internship program is for 6 months, right? So you intern at Amdari for 6 months or 3 months. We always recommend 3 months internship and not 2 months. We recommend 6 months internship and not 3 months, because you get to work on more projects in the space of 6 months. But people who go for 6 months are often people who say, "Oh, I have my job. I am currently engaged and I'm busy." So 3 months is for them. But if you're not as busy, we would definitely suggest you go for the 6 months work experience internship, right? Because you get to work on 10 projects. These projects are across different industries. They are quality. You can see that I was showing us different projects earlier, from logistics and supply chain to edtech to FMCG to energy to healthcare. I don't know if I've mentioned that, a lot of industries. And you also get to work with cross-functional teams, like I highlighted. Higher Sense had PMs, BAs, and product designers and software engineer on the team, right? And then you work on multi-role experience as a data analyst. This project you're working on today might have you working as a product analyst. And when you're working with another business partner of ours, you might be a sales analyst there or a marketing analyst. And that's how this experience keeps, helping you grow. Then we also have the other aspect, which is the multi technology experience. In this case now, you get to work on different tools and technologies, or work with. So you're gaining experience using different tools and technologies to work. You network as well, because you are not working and learning in isolation. You're learning and growing with other people. All right. So this is actually how the experience helps you. Now we revamp your CV. We also optimize your LinkedIn so that you can appear when someone says they need data analysts in the UK, cybersecurity professionals in the UK. We help you optimize so you can appear first. Then there is mentorship session. The mentorship sessions span from the niche specific ones, where you have seasoned professionals in cybersecurity, product management or project management, business analysis, or any of the data fields. And they mentor you on how to navigate the job market and things that you should look out for and how you can position yourself. Then we have the ones for soft skill. This is the one that majorly focuses on how you can identify global opportunities, how you can set yourself apart, and all of that. And then interview prep session. The interview prep session is where we prepare you for interviews. Now, it advances mock session, because now we will play with you, bring in external, hiring managers. They interview you and they get to just role play with you. You respond, and based on your response and how you answered all of these interview questions, they will give you a feedback, which is going to be a constructive feedback on how you can improve. And if you aced it, they would let you know what you did that is perfect and amazing. So that's what the mock interview session is all about. It starts from your 3rd month of internship. The interview prep session starts from your 2nd month of internship. Your CV revamp and review starts from your 2nd month of internship as well. That's when we revamp your CV, because at that point you have worked on maybe like 2 projects, right? So we revamp your CV from the 2nd month. And then we also get to the mentorship session. It starts from your 2nd month of internship. And job reference letter, you can request for it in the course of your internship. But even after your internship, you can request for a reference letter up until 2 years later. You need a reference letter from Amdari at any point in time. Send us a message. We will draft the reference for you to carry the founder's name, contact details, and everything. So if they need to contact your employer, they will speak to us, right? Your past employer, they'll speak to us. And if you need any form of on-the-job support after your internship and you get a job, we are more than happy to provide that. So you have all of this. So these are the different ways that, beyond just we helping you gain the experience that gives you solid portfolio to make you job ready, we also rebrand you with CV revamp, LinkedIn optimization, mentorship sessions, and the actual work experience in itself. Now, how we run this is cohort based. We have a cohort that started today with amazing professionals who, kickstarted their internship journey with Amdari. So if you would love to take part in this internship as well, the next one is starting in May, 10th of May, right? So if you're excited and interested in jumping on this internship program, can you give me a thumbs up? like you are not, you are eager and willing to jump on this internship program, give me a thumbs up. Amazing. Toby, I can't see your reaction now. Is Toby still on this call with us? Or you don't want to take part in the internship? So, but I need to make something very clear, right? The internship is for you that have taken a course in data analytics, data science, data engineering, cybersecurity, and all of it. Toby, you've started already. Is that what you're saying? You've started the internship, Toby. So it's if oh, amazing. I would love you to share your experience with the people on the call. By the way, I didn't know you've started, right? So that's actually great. Which program? You can type it before I allow you. Okay, amazing, amazing. I would really love for you to share your experience and the program so people on the call can also hear from um and your media. Yes, yes. As long as you've taken the course, business analysis, and you are not a novice in the field, you are not like you understand the basic concept of business analysis, you know how to use the tools, right? You just don't have experience yet. Perfect. The internship is for you. So we just tell people who have not gained the skill to go learn first. But if you've taken a course already, amazing. You need the internship. Okay, great. Ayomide. So you need the internship. Let me fix my light. You need the internship. Oh, Fatima is already amazing. Okay, what cohort, Fatima? I would really love to hear from Toby and Fatima, but I'll get to you guys shortly. Now, to take part in this internship, it is very easy. You can secure your spot because it's something you can pay in 5 installments. All right, because yeah, but to secure your spot for 6 months internship, the fee is £900, but we have a discount running, and you can pay £750. And that's if you are going for 6 months. If you're going for 3 months, you can pay £390 instead of £500. What this means is you take advantage of this discount that we have. This discount is only for the next 24 hours, and it's only because you all joined this webinar. All right. So because you are part of this webinar, we are giving you this discount, and you can secure your spot with as little, right, as let's say you're going for the 3-month internship. You can secure your spot with as little as £130. £130. My colleagues will drop the payment link in case you are interested in jumping on this. If you're going for the 6-month program, you can secure your spot with as little as £150 today. And you get to pay monthly. You don't have to pay everything in a month. You don't have to pay everything in a day. Just secure your spot so that the thing is going to, so that the cohort starting in May is going to be to your advantage, right? So like I said again, this discount is just for people who are on this call, and it's for 24 hours before it goes back to the original fee. So if you would love to take part, get the actual work experience that recruiters need, get a proper portfolio website like I showed us. We'd love to get some form of clarity. I would be just, and yes. Okay, I think a couple of hands are already up, so I will be taking questions shortly, like I said. So it's very, very easy to take part in this program. My colleagues are dropping the payment link in the chat already. So when you click on this link, you will be redirected to this page. Let me show us real quick. Show us. Be redirected to this payment page. It's currently loading. So you can select either 3 months or 6 months. It depends on the one you want to go for. I think somebody, okay, Ayodele says, what if I don't have £130? Okay, you can always, secure your spot when you have it. But one thing I can tell you, if you're going for 3 months, is you just need £130 to secure your spot. If you're going for the 6 months, you get to pay 5 times, right? 5 installments, and you can secure your spot with just £150, right? So the page is still loading. Why is it taking so much time? So once, okay, I think it's coming up. So once it comes up, you would see that you can either select 3 months or 6 months. depending on the program you are going for. If you're going months or 6 months, data engineering months or 6. The link is what my colleague is dropping in the chat. All right, my colleague is dropping the link in the chat for you to click. So this is the page, still loading, like I mentioned. But if you take a look at my screen, you would notice that we have data analytics right here, 3 months, data analytics, 6 months. When you scroll down, let's scroll down. We have data engineering 3 months, data engineering 6 months. It's the same price across all programs. So cybersecurity price is not different from data analytics price. BA price is not different from PM price. It is the same price across. So let's say, and like I said, it's all here, right? SOC analysis, ethical hacking. This is for cybersecurity people. So you can select any of these specializations, right? So let's say you select 3 months, you will be redirected to this page that you see right here. And you can see that one-time payment is $390. Paying twice means you pay $195 2 times, and paying 3 times means you pay $130. And you can just click here to secure your spot, right? So once you click, select 3 months installment payments if you want to pay 3 times. Once you click on that, you will be redirected to this page. You can see how it is broken down. You pay your first payment today, the next one will be due next month, and then the next one in June. That's how you pay. It's very flexible. Take advantage of the discount that we have currently going on so that you can secure your spot. If you're going for, so once you secure your spot, click on proceed, fill up this form with your details. Once you're done filling it up with your name, your email address, and your phone number, click on pay for product. Once you're done, there will be a prompt for filling your card details. Once you fill in your card details, then you will be redirected to this particular page to fill up this form. And on this page, you can just type in your details, right? Your name and every other details like your email address and your country of country of residence. Sorry. So yes, so you select UK and then select if you're a current do that, you will be redirected to the page where you can fill in other details. That's all over again. Okay, I think it's still loading. But yeah, so that's if you're going with the 3 months payment. If you're going with 6 months, it's still the same approach, right? Instead of seeing all of the 3 installments, you see 5 here. So you can secure your spot with £150 and click on secure spot. You can see this right here. You click on proceed. Just the same way I demoed it for you, and then do the same thing. You're redirected to this form. You fill it up with your details, your name, your email address, and everything. Click on next. You will be redirected to the next page. Select the program that you want to intern under. So let's say I want to intern as a, let me select data analytics. I go ahead and select data analytics, and then I come here, upload a file. Come here and upload your file. I think it's loading. You just upload, and once you do that, that's a screenshot of your payment, by the way, not any file. A screenshot, proof of payment that you've made. And once you do that, you will be redirected. Sorry, type in the name that you used in making the payment. That's the name of the account, in case you use a family member's account or anything like that. And then read the terms and condition by selecting this, and select the month of your internship plan by clicking on this. And let's just type in movie for this part. And once I do that, you upload a file, like I said, Once you're done, it's very simple and straight to the point. I'll just select any file just for the sake of this call. I'll just select any image at all. So yeah, to be done now. So please, for those that have questions for me, I'll be taking questions in like a minute. All right. So we've uploaded our image. So let's just click on next. And once you come to next, select when you want to start. That's all. So 10th of May, select 10th of May. And then how did you find out about Amdari? You select it. And then what influenced your decision? You type and submit. And that is all. That is how you secure your spot with this program. All right. It's that easy and straight to the point. So for those that have questions for me, I'll start taking questions now. So let me see if I have anything in the chat before I allow people. Hi, Stephen. Please, you can go ahead. Hello, Stephen. Stephen, are you there? Can you unmute yourself, Stephen? Okay, let me go to Talatu. Hi, Talatu. I hope they can unmute. Hi, Ozzy. Can they unmute themselves? I think you can unmute. Give people access to unmute themselves. Okay, okay. Please give them access to unmute. Okay, now you can. Hi, Stephen. Can you unmute now? Can you unmute yourself now, Stephen? Okay, okay. I think you can unmute now. Let me move on to Talatu since Stephen is not responding yet. Hello, Talatu. Can you hear us? Hello. Okay. Let me move on to someone else. John, hi. John, can you hear me? So you've all been given access to unmute, right? So you can unmute yourselves now.
Hello.
Fatima, please go ahead.
Hello.
Fatima, okay.
Hello.
Hi, John.
Hello.
Hi, John.
Hello.
Hi, John. Hi, John.
Can you hear
There's
me?
an echo from your end.
Sorry,
Yeah, I
sorry.
can see you, but there's an echo. Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. All right.
Sorry
Please
about
go
that.
ahead.
I was switching two devices. Quick one. I saw the whole thing. It's quite interesting. But I just want to find out quickly if I can break the payments, in installments. And do I really need the training first before I start the internship? And what time is internship? Is it after business hours or during business hours?
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for that question, John. So to answer your first question, I think that's the first one. Yes, you can pay in installments. You can pay in 5 different installments if you're going for 6 months. If you're going for 3 months, you can pay in 3 installments. That's every month, right? So that's like the entire duration of your internship. You're going for 6 months, 5 months, that's also practically like the entire duration of your internship. So yes, you can pay in installments by securing your spot with £150 if you're going for 5 months, if you're going for 6 months, or £130 if you're going for 3 months. Now, do you need training before you start this internship? Yes. If you have never gained any form of training, you've never taken a course in data analytics, data science, or whichever one you're interested in, if you've not taken a course in it, whether bootcamp, whether Coursera videos or Udemy or any online course at all, then you need to take a course before you jump on this program, because it's for people who have taken a course and they're looking to get a job. So if you've not done that, yes, you need to take the course. But if you have already taken a course and it's just that you don't have experience working, amazing, you are perfect for this program. So the prerequisite is just you having a background knowledge and understanding of the tools and the course itself, taking the training. So that's it. Then how you work is actually, yes, business hours, if that's the time that works for you. Now, the program is designed as such that it is able to accommodate everybody and very flexible of everybody's time. and the fact that most people that take this program are career switchers. So one thing we always say is that you are expected to dedicate at least 1 to 2 hours per day to the internship. So now how you now work is dependent on you. If you're dedicating that 1 hour to work in the morning, your time, right? That's fine, right? As long as you show up every and the time that you said you have to dedicate, right? And then the other aspect of the flexibility is the fact that based on the meetings that's your daily standard, not every day, like I said, it can be twice in a month, in a week. So depending on what you've agreed with your team lead and your team, that's how you get to like have the meetings. So if everybody suggests that, oh, let's do after work hours when we are back from work, let's have our stand-ups by 7 p.m. GMT, then perfect. That's it. But it will be that everybody is in sync and alignment, and everybody agrees to the time for stand-up and the day of the week for the stand-up. So it's not a time that would be imposed on you by your team lead, but what you all agree on with your teammates. Because again, 98% of people who jump on this program with us at Amdari are career switchers. So they already have that busy schedule and all of that. So that's currently how it works. So I hope that clarifies it for you, John.
Yes, but just one more
Hello, John.
question, please.
Okay. Okay.
Hello.
Please go ahead.
Yeah.
I can hear you. Go ahead.
I'm currently doing a course on cybersecurity. But the issue is that I
Okay.
thought it was level 4, was level 3, so it doesn't include like ethical hacking, pen testing, like to the with
Okay.
all the details and everything. So it's just like the basic ones. So I'm still here to get knowledge about ethical hacking and cyber security, sorry, and also pen testing. So would that really affect me, if I register for the internship? Because do I need to go the extra mile to learn about, threats, intelligence, ethical hacking, or pen testing? Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for that question. So based on your scope of knowledge, I would like to ask what have you learned so far in the course?
It's just the basic networking um, things like DHCP, networking, using VPN to connect devices, and also the various security platforms and all that, but not like pen testing or ethical hacking, or using tools, special
Okay.
tools like Spunk or Datadog or Paliato or whatever tools you want to use. It's just Cisco, using Cisco networking tools.
Okay. Majorly Cisco networking tools, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So yes, you would need to actually learn. So one thing you can do if you already want to like secure your spot, because like I showed us on the screen, you can either start on the 10th of May or June, right? On the 7th of June. So you can indicate that you want to start in June, and then you can quickly take some courses to prepare yourself for the program. Now, while we have Learn on Amdari platform, which I would love to show us, let me just share my screen on that part. So so we have Learn on Amdari platform, and it has a couple of okay, I have to reload. But I'll show us that. Let me just come back here. I'll show us that while still attending to others. So we have this Learn on Amdari platform, and it has a couple of crash courses. But you would need to have gained the skill and learned the course in detail elsewhere, because the crash course is majorly for people who have taken these courses weeks or months ago, rather not weeks, months or years ago, and they have rusty knowledge and they want to refresh their knowledge in the course of the internship. They have access to learn for free, right? By taking these crash courses, they don't have to pay. So if you are interested in jumping on this internship, one thing I would advise you is you can secure your spot for June. Since you are not a novice in cybersecurity, it's not like that. It's just that you've not gone deep with threats, intelligence, and pen testing and the likes. So you can quickly expose yourself to these courses, take these courses online, watch videos. We have videos on Amdari that would also help you when you start, but I would just say first take those courses. So if you believe that before June you would have gone so far, again, you are not starting from the scratch. So if you believe that before June you would have been ready and prepared, sure, you can secure your spot against June today, right? We have people who actually paid last month, in the month of March, against June. They secured their spot for June. We have people who paid in February to prepare for May. So that's how we always have it. So you don't need to start this month. You don't need to start next month. You can just secure your spot to just know that, yes, I have secured my place and I'll be starting when I am done with this course, and you've calculated when you'll be done, right? So again, you're not starting from the scratch. So I believe that the space of these 2 months should be enough for you to like have gotten, to a very large point in it. So does that sound fine?
Yes, thank you so much. Yeah,
Hi, John.
sounds good. Thank you.
Just
All right. Thank
just
you.
some more
Okay.
clarification about starting.
Perfect.
My name is Talato.
Okay.
I wanted to find out,
Hi,
you just
Jonathan.
mentioned starting in June. Thank you for the information session. It's been enlightening, even though it's a lot of information and we'll need time to digest it. So I was wondering if it's flexible enough for us to start after June. Do we have that option? Because I'm trying to start a course
Definitely.
which I'm sure will elapse till the end of I think it's the end of July. So I won't be ready to go on for your training immediately. So will I have the option of starting after that?
Yes, definitely. You have the option
Okay.
of starting after that, right? So
Okay.
yes, so our cohort is across different months, every month.
Okay.
So you
Okay.
can either start in May, June, July, August. You can start any time of the year. So, but yes, if you'd like to secure your spot already, definitely you can do so. Are you interested in securing your spot already, Kalatu?
I am. I just haven't made up my mind about the duration. I'm torn between the 3 months and the 6 months because I already have some experience. But I'm wondering if 3 months is enough or 6 months. So I'm torn between the two. I don't know which
All
one
right,
for
that's
now.
fine.
And I'm
Yeah.
thinking 24 hours is not enough to decide. And I don't know, it's a whole lot. So yeah.
Okay, so let me help you with this, right?
Okay.
Maybe if you look at it from the angle of the number of projects you get to work on because of duration. So with 3 months, you most likely will be working on 3 projects, right? It's the same experience, it's the same. And you can start by securing your spot for 3 months and still choose to extend it. So it's
But
not
I won't
cast in
get the
stone, it's
discount. It's
very
about money.
flexible. No, the discount applies to you. The discount
Oh, that's
applies.
good news because
If
I
you
asked the
select,
question in there.
yeah.
Okay, I'll start with
Oh,
the
no,
3.
it applies. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So if in your
Okay.
second month you now say, okay, yes, so that means you have a lot of time to decide on going for
To
six
decide.
months or 3 months or sticking to
Okay.
3 years. So you can decide
Okay.
in your third month that, yeah.
I want to extend. Okay. Thank you so much for the clarification.
Yes.
Okay. Bye.
So please, once you secure your spot using the
Hello.
link that my colleagues have dropped, they'll drop it again. Once you secure your spot, please ensure you fill the enrollment form, right? That we have in the it will be redirected there automatically to fill the enrollment form. Please ensure you fill the enrollment form. That's how we get to send you your job offer letter, your job description, contract of employment, and everything like that. So ensure that the form is filled. All right. So let's move on to Fatima, and then I'll come to Oge and Ayodele. Oh, hi, Fatima.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening,
Just like
Fatima.
the other caller mentioned, he said he only did the level 3, and I think that is same as me. I did NVQ 3 in cybersecurity, but unlike him, we did some courses on pen testing and threat intelligence, but not into details, not practical oriented. And I'm already on the April cohort. Do I also need to go and do some other courses, or am I going to benefit from the internship, please?
Okay, yes. So if I get you correctly, you did some part of threat intelligence, right? Just not practically.
Yes.
Okay, so yes, the practical aspect is what you get at Amdari. We understand how the structure of learning is in every edtech or whatnot. It is always theoretical. Like, let's say 80% theoretical. Some of them try to balance it with some form of case study projects that they give you, or capstone projects that they give you, right? But not all. So that's where Amdari comes in. Amdari gives you that entire practical experience. So we still don't say, oh, don't try to learn, don't try to familiarize yourself with other concepts of your field or industry. No, please still do that, still keep learning. And we have the Learn platform. Your onboarding happened today, right, Fatima? I believe, and you've met with your
Yes.
teammates and also the team lead. Awesome. So
Yes.
from Monday, you will be given access to the entire platform. I'm sure they communicated that with you as well. That was
Yes.
communicated,
Yes.
right? Okay, great. So once you have
Yes.
access to the platform, you'll be able to take those crash courses on Learn on Amdari Learn, right? So if there is something else you want to learn that is not on Amdari Learn, feel free to check it out on YouTube. Like, if there's a concept in your field that you feel you didn't learn when you took that course. So what Amdari did is, with this internship, is to make it even more valuable for you, because again, we understand how the training structure with different training organizations are. They don't give you practical exposure, they just make it theoretical, and some are not deep enough, just like in your case. That's why we still created Learn, because naturally, 100% Amdari is not a training organization. We are just a work experience internship program, but we just still help with crash courses. But even with the crash courses, we still tell people, make sure you are not coming in as somebody that has not learned the course at all, right? Once you've learned the course, you are good to go. That's just it. So yes, take the you start taking the courses on Learn, right? But still try and make sure that if there is any skill gap you notice, please take courses on YouTube. You can see crash courses anywhere, in addition to what you get with Amdari. Does that clarify it for you, Fatima?
Thank you so much.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Okay, let me take another question. Okay. Let's see. Hi, Oge. Please go ahead with your question.
Yeah, hi, good evening. Thank you so much for this enlightenment. So my question is just as regards the project management. So I have experience in project management, so, but I just wanted to know how this internship is run as regards project management. If there's like any other skill I need to because basically I into construction, so that's like construction project management. So I don't know how this that would fit into this particular program.
Okay, so the project management at Amdari is majorly agile project management, and it is the one that helps you with projects around, what's it called now? IT, right? Web digital related projects. So have you, but it's not limited to that, but definitely not construction related type of project, right? So it's not limited to web related projects or digital projects or anything like that, but then it's not construction related projects. So are you saying that's strictly the kind of project management you
No, no,
know
no,
or
no,
you are
no,
aware of?
no, no, no. I've taken courses on agile and all that, so I have the basic concepts as regards that and all that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, then awesome. That's perfect. So yes, you can actually jump on the program. Like I said, it's majorly digital and web related projects, but not limited to that, because we want you to have like diverse projects, diverse experience, industry experience, and everything like that. So definitely, so if you've taken a course already, like you said, and you have been, exposed to using project management related tools, the program is definitely for you. This program helps you gain experience and mastery and actual application of everything. And so it's not just theory. And so for everyone, sorry, I have to mute you. Okay, there's like a sound coming from your end. So for everyone that is securing their spots already, please ensure that you fill the enrollment form. Like I said, that's how we get to send you your job offer letter, your job description, and also your contract of employment. Okay, so ensure the form is filled, and my colleague has dropped the payment link. I'll drop it again. So okay, if you'd like to secure your spot before the discount runs out, that's what I'm dropping. You can secure your spot with £150 if you're going for 6 months, £130 if you're going for 3 months, to just secure your spot tonight or tomorrow. So I just pasted the payment link again. Yes, the last one, I just pasted the payment link, right? If anybody, I think, yes, so if anybody is going for, okay, but yes, let me just proceed. So Talatu, that's the payment link. The form, you'll be redirected automatically, and then the form is also right on the page, on that page itself. But when you're done with your payment and you need the form, if you're not redirected, please do let me know, and which I'll drop the form for you. But you're only meant to have access like after you pay. So that's why I just want you to like be done with your payment. Hello, Temitope. Okay, Ayodele's hand has been up. Temitope, just give me like a minute. Let me speak to Ayodele. Is that by now? Hello, Ayodele.
Hello, good evening. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. I can hear you.
All right, thank you so much,
All right, go ahead.
Omowunmi, for that session. My questions are in twofold. Is there anyone in particular, at least 2 people, that have successfully gone through this program, especially in the data engineering side of things, that I can talk to and learn from them, or not necessarily learn from them, more or less like a testimony that, oh, if you actually go through this program, this is what you would eventually gain or get. If there are at least 2 people I can reach out to, either on LinkedIn, just so I know that I'm getting value for money. That's if I eventually carry on this process. Secondly, if there's no one,
Definitely.
is there a money back guarantee? What if I'm not satisfied with what you're offering, or if peradventure everything you've stated here in terms of CV optimization, portfolio, and all that, if I'm not satisfied, is there a money back guarantee? In such cases, those are my questions.
Definitely. Now, here's the thing. With the first question, we don't just have people that you can speak with that would give you the testimony. I know Toby was here. Funny enough, I didn't know Toby was already enrolled. I just know that Toby, when he didn't engage earlier, I had to ask, and he said he's already enrolled. I would love for Toby to speak, right? We have a lot of testimonials on our Instagram page, first off. Then if you really want to speak to somebody, we can also help set it up for you, right? But that would like be next week. But for tonight, you can check out amdari.io on Instagram. You would see somebody that even did a day in my life. He's a Ghanaian. A day in my life as an intern at Amdari. I think his name is David or so. I'm now not sure if it's data engineering. I think it is, but I'm not sure, like I said, but I think it is. So you can check it out on our Instagram page. It's right there. It's on LinkedIn as well, but I think Instagram, because of the structure, it will make it easy and fast for you to see. We don't just have people that can testify to this program. We already also have people that have gotten jobs. Last week alone, I know that I got a message from one of the team leads that 2 people from her program got jobs, right? So that's one of the good things about this internship experience. And there was somebody last Friday that needed an urgent interview prep session and mock session because there was like an impromptu interview for one job application and all, and we had to set it up. So it's not even like cast in stone that, oh, the only time you can interview prep is according to that. If you have an interview and you need some form of prep, you can send us an email or send a message to your team lead. You have this person's direct contact. You can send a message to this person. This person will speak to the employability specialist. The person that prepares you for interviews, does your CV revamp, is not your team lead. There is a specialist for that purpose. So it's not one person doing everything. No, we have specialists across board. That was why I said even the mentors, they are not like staff members. They are not like, oh, my colleague Victory, or even me. We have other people that we've set aside just to be mentors for the program. Now, responding to your other question regarding money back guarantee. In fact, from the point of payment, the terms and conditions states everything. Lets you know that you can request for a refund, lets you know the period. You can stop your payment if you are not satisfied with that, right? That's why, I mean, you're spending 6 months on the program. Let's say you're going for 6 months. The entire 6 months, you will be paying for 5 months. That's like the entire duration of the program, right? So if you're not satisfied in month 2, you can stop, right? You can cut it off, you can stop, right? And all of that. If you're not satisfied in month 1, fine, you can even request for a refund. Like I said, everything is stated in the terms and conditions. You can request for deferment if you're to start in June and you want to start in July. You can request for deferment. If you're to start in July, you maybe for work-related purposes, someone in your household is getting married or something like that, you won't be available in this month. You can defer by sending an email. Every contact detail of people you can reach out to in the course of your program is provided from the onboarding. And one thing I also need to tell you, your team lead is not even the person that would attend to all of high-level related issues that you might be having. There is a relation. You can escalate any issues or experience you're not satisfied with to this person, and this person would definitely onboard the right authorities to attend to it with you, right? So that your concerns can be addressed. So we have all of that. So yes, you can request for a refund. Yes, you can stop your program if you're not satisfied. Yes, you can escalate an issue if you think you want to call something to our attention. Everybody's contact detail that you are meant to like speak to and reach out to will be provided to you. Testimonials are on our pages, Instagram, YouTube, and the likes. And Toby, if you're still here, can you unmute yourself? I don't know if Toby's still here, to be honest. Toby, if you're still here, I would have really loved for Fatima to speak, but Fatima is just starting. So Fatima is not the right person to speak with right now because she's starting with the April cohort, so she won't have so much to say. So Toby, if you're here, can you indicate? But I really doubt that Toby's still here because I'm checking and I can't see Toby. But Toby's not here. All right. Or is Toby here? Okay. I don't think he's here. But yes, we have the testimonials on our pages. And does that answer your question before are you satisfied with the response?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Okay, all right then. Thank you. So would you be securing your spot for for May or for June? Are you interested in securing your spot?
It's not a decision I've made yet. I have to think over it, look at my finances and plan ahead. So maybe by the end of this month I'll be able to decide.
All right, that's fine. All right, thank you so much, Ayodele, for that. Okay, this is the link again that we just dropped in the chat. You can actually click on this link from the chat and you'll be redirected. All right. So let me move on to Temitope and then we come to Miracle, and that will be all for this night. So if there is anybody's question that I did not or don't get to answer, please, you can you can book the clarity call with us and I'll be available throughout the week to attend to any form of concerns that you have. So the clarity call link will be dropped by my colleague. And again, for those that have made payments and secured their spot, please ensure you fill the enrollment form. That's how we can, send you all of the details that I mentioned: job offer letter, employment letter, job description, and all of that. So yes, please make sure that the form is very important to fill. Okay. All right. Hi, Temitope.
Hi, Omowunmi. Right. Thanks for the useful information you've shared so far. But
I think I would like to comment on the timing, please, because of another time. When you sent the invite, it was 1 hour, and you should bear in mind that some of us are actually working with time and have other things that we're planning. And when you jump on an important conversation like this, sometimes it's just hard for you to lead the conversation halfway because you feel like you'll be missing out on a lot of things. But if it's been planned from the beginning that you're going to spend 1 hour and you know quite well that the whole content cannot be shared within 1 hour, you probably know that maybe we have to reconvene around that time. I'll be able to plan towards that, please. Because now we have spent over 2 hours, right? And I remember at exactly 1 hour, I also notified you. You said we're just going to take extra 30 minutes. That's about the timing, because I know that definitely we should be having another conversation around this, maybe some other time. But the May cohort seems to be the next one, isn't it?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So, which is starting by 10th, right? So supposing we can't
Yes,
meet up with
definitely.
that, because if we can't meet up with that, when is the next cohort coming up?
All right. The next one is June 7th. And I
June
mentioned when I
7th.
was speaking also that yes, we have it every month, right? So the next one after May is June 7th. There is actually a specific date already for that. And the one after that is July, but no dates yet, but it's July definitely. So yes, so you can choose to join June if you're not joining the one for May 10th.
Okay. So beyond this webinar, if we need to talk to you, we can always reach you via the WhatsApp message, isn't it? The
Yes, you
WhatsApp,
can. And you can also book. Yeah.
yeah, there was a number that messaged me on WhatsApp reminding me of the webinar. Is that the same number we
Yeah,
can
that's my colleague.
reach?
That's my
Okay,
colleague.
your colleague?
Yes, that was my colleague reaching out to remind you for the webinar.
So is there a way we can
Hello?
reach you directly? Is there a way we can reach you, particularly if you want to?
Yes, you can. Let me drop my email first off. And I think I'm also on all of the groups, right? I'm also on all. My name is there, so you will see me. I don't know which group you are on, but if it's the most recent one, yes, I'm also on all of the groups. And then there is a clarity call that you can book. I just dropped the booking link as well if you want to speak, or if it's a WhatsApp call that you just want to make faster. I'm on all of the groups, and if it's an email,
Okay.
at Harry. This is my email that I've dropped just here. So you can reach me through any of these means. Book the clarity call session, send an email as well. And we have on the WhatsApp group, with more clarity, and you just want a more faster response, and WhatsApp would help with that. So yes, you can reach us easily.
Okay, thank you.
Does that clarify it too? Okay. All right. Thank you for your
Yes.
time, James. Okay. And apologies for apologies for that. Yeah. All
Okay.
right. So James, I didn't get to ask, are you interested in securing your spot as well?
Not at the moment, but it's something
Oh.
because at the moment I'm having my master's at the moment in data science, and
Okay.
I have a lot to cover in the next few weeks. Let's say in the next 4 weeks, I'm trying to round up. So I have a lot of school activities I need to do, and I juggle that with work as well. So jumping on the next cohort now, we not having me that much time at the moment. So that's why I'm trying to see maybe
All right.
by June, which at that time I should be free. So
All right. That's great then. No problem. So yes,
Yeah.
we would be in touch, and you can also reach out to us if need be. Thank you so much for your time, Team Tope. All
Yeah, you're
right.
welcome.
So
All
we'll
right.
take the last question. Like I said, I will be, you can you can actually book the Clarity Call session, which is happening throughout this week, and the link is what my colleagues have dropped in the chat. And we'll be available to respond to any question that you have, and also provide more clarity or further clarity into the conversation. All right. So, but thank you for everybody that has stayed long on this call. It's been great speaking to you all. I'll still speak to Miracle and hopefully still speak to Oge, because I still see that Oge's hand is up and Chinedu, but let's just see. All right. Thank you, John, and everybody.